Final moments in a Toys R Us. I'm walking outside of Toys R Us for the last time, sadly. The end of an era. I'm very sad about this. They close in within minutes. The end of an era. Hi, my name is Daniel Fife. I have been a Toys R Us fan for many years. I've been coming to Toys R Us my whole life, and it's really sad to see this go. And this is the first store I ever went to, is this one in Manchester. I'm really sad about this. I remember coming here when it was old school also, and when my parents would take me to Chuck E. Cheese, I would come here, and then Concord's opened in '92, and it would be a weekly thing. Before this Concord's opened, going here was more rarer. But yes, Toys R Us was a big part of my life. A lot of the toys I've collected have been from here. A lot of my quests have been from there. I've had crusades to go to old school Toys R Us's, and it really broke my heart when they said they were all closing. And last September I read they were filing for bankruptcy. Their debt was $5 billion, and that's not sustainable. I was hoping they'd pull out, but then they announced closing some stores, and then 8 days before my birthday, which is in March, there were reports that they were filing to liquidate, and then 2 days before my birthday, they announced they were all closing. My birthday's the 16th of March, and they announced that the 14th, and then I drove straight over to my nearest in Concord's. And I was sad about it on my birthday because this chain was a big part of my life. It's touched a lot of lives, and now the next generations of kids won't be able to see Toys R Us, and the last generations of Toys R Us kids are right there. It's very sad to see. Oh, hi! And Charles Lazarus founded this chain decades ago, and he stepped down in the mid-90s, and I've noticed since the chain quality deteriorated, and then a few years later it lost its #1 toy seller spot to Walmart, and then mid-2000s they sold off Kids R Us, and then we're going to divide Toys R Us and Babies R Us, and then a private equity firm bought it out, which was when the trouble started. That was in the mid-2000s, and then that's what led to the $5 billion in debt, which prevented them from investing in their business. I travel all over the country, and in my en route I would stop at a Toys R Us, and I've been to many Toys R Us's in the chain. Many states have been to all of them. I went to 54 of their locations during the liquidation sales. I admit the stressful part was the run-through. Here I have his shopping basket I bought. Last moments of this store. But yes, I'm a Toys R Us expert, and I always loved Jeffrey. I felt like a kid at a candy store, at Willy Wonka's chocolate factory when I was a kid in here. It used to have the cheapest prices, and it got overpriced. So I'm outside of Toys R Us now, and now I'll never walk into one again unless they're bought out. And a week after the chain announced they're closing, the original founder, Charles Lazarus, died. That's just a bad coincidence. That was his life's work. He had respiratory failure, and it's possible he may have given up his fight to live. And my parents who are deceased, knew how much Toys R Us meant to me, and my dad would have felt really horrible seeing this happen because he knew how much it meant to me, and Mom would have too. Among the things I collected was Simpsons World of Springfield, and when I was a kid, coming in here would be taken away as a punishment if I misbehaved. You see, this chain has had a big part of my life. It's just so sad to see it go. But yes, it began with this store and ended with it. It has touched the lives of generations of many people. But I'm one of the biggest Toys R Us fans yet. Like I said before, when they announced they were all closing, I drove over to the one in Concord an hour later, and I bought some stuff there. And they have stuff for people my age that you also can't find in those dinky toy departments at Walmart. I'm sorry to see a chain go. They're closed to the public. You're closed to the public, right?
What's that?
You're closed to the public now?
We are.
I'm very sorry about that.
I am too. I wish we could do more.
Well, I made it just in time. Thank you guys so much for your service.
Thank you for all the patrons over the years.
Me too. I've come here since I was a baby.
Thank you.
You're an awesome dude. Well, they closed their doors to the public for the final time. Everyone.